Well, I counted the remaining pages, and more likely than not, this will be my last contribution to our little black book. I just turned through all the pages, and it's so crazy to see how our thoughts and feelings have evolved from cover to cover. In this little book, I grew up, I fell in love, I made dreams. I think we both did. This book I have kissed, I have clutched to my chest, I have cried upon its pages. In fact, I'm crying right now. I look back at all we've been through together so far, and it amazes me. It sends tears to my eyes. I'm so thankful for you. I love thee true, and I've known it ever since you told me that pie in the sky you'd want to be a history teacher. I couldn't squeeze all my love for you into a lifetime, but a lifetime's all I've got. And knowing that someday I'll just be another patch of dirt on this sad, lonely earth makes this lifetime all the more valuable to me. I can't wait to be young with you. I can't wait to grow old with you, one gray hair at a time. If not with you, then with sadness. And I pick you. I think the craziest part about looking back through this book is knowing that the rest of a lifetime is beyond its covers, you know? I'm listening to this really cute song, totally reminds me of you. And in this room, one afternoon, I knew that I would love you, and from above you how I'd sank into your soul, into that secret place no one dares to go. And at that, yet another heaving sigh, such a perfect line. Might just have to burn the CD for you, there are some really cool lyrics like that. Man, so you turn 30 tomorrow. I have a little package I have yet to send, which, if you are reading this, you are already received. It's funny that you sent me one of your shirts because I'd already been planning on sending you my Husqvarna jersey. It's my favorite shirt, so take care of it for me. And as for the scarf, it is my first crocheted creation. I asked my aunt what I should do for your birthday, and so she taught me how to crochet a scarf. I really don't expect you to wear it or anything. There isn't much need for a scarf in California, but it was totally made with love in every stitch. It's totally raining right now, just heard some thunder. ... Alright, so a night's worth of sleep later. I totally fell asleep listening to the rain and thunder and some little songbird chirping away wishing you were here. And so it's officially your 30th birthday. Felix Natalis Diaz. Man, I'm jumping around a lot in this letter. My thoughts are kind of all over the place, really. It's funny, every time I wake up now, I wake up with a sense of purpose. You're literally the first thing that comes to my mind in the morning. And the thought of you makes me want to wake up, stretch, and seize the day. I'll have my usual breakfast of tea and pita with hummus, get on the bus for school, the whole ride I'm usually thinking about you, and spend the day bantering with Emily. I can't even begin to tell you how many heart-to-hearts we've had in the middle of class, just talking about love and our futures. It's so nice to have a friend who can truly relate and understand. We seriously finish each other's sentences sometimes. I'd love for you to meet her someday. And as for this summer, I'm entirely hopeful. You know, New Year's was totally 3 months ago, and it really does just feel like yesterday. Just a few more 3 months like that and I'll be done with high school. I'll be garbed with tassel and gown and standing in front of thousands of people welcoming them to the beginning of the rest of our lives. I totally wish you could be there to see that. I can picture myself walking up to the mic with a confidence I've never felt before and really saying something. I can picture everyone sitting there in silent tears and Mr. Stalter, my favorite teacher of all time, really smiling. He's always seen something in me that I could never quite see for myself. That image is so sweet in my mind. I really, really wish you could be sitting there next to my pops. But I know that's probably not very viable, as my mom will be sitting on the other side of him. I wouldn't want to put you through that awkwardness, though. My mom seems to be hanging around for something. Wouldn't surprise me if she's hanging around just to make my life more awkward. Either way, that speech is already dedicated to my old men. So changing the subject yet again, I've probably listened to this album 10 times in the past 24 hours. It's probably the most lyrically beautiful album I've ever heard. I totally made you a copy. Song number 3 brings me to tears every time I hear it, and it really is lyrically perfect. The album is much about life and death, and there are numerous allusions to Anne Frank and the Holocaust. Some of the lyrics sound strikingly sexual, like, "We will take off our clothes, and there'll be blazing fingers through the notches in your spine." But when you look at it in the context of the millions of emaciated people being forced to strip and prodded and used in gruesome experiments as they were, the juxtaposition of those completely different images is totally striking. But I guess the third song strikes me the most because it totally captures the sweet fragility of life and love, especially when you look at it in the context of the entire album. Pretty sick. Well, I think this book has had enough of my jabbering now. I leave the final pages to you, my love. Oh, there is one more thing. Ad astra per aspera. Love, Meredith.